Kind of variation of this every other morning or so. I just realized how many adults in Europe eat grilled cheese on like a pretty consistent basis. I mean, I'm super here for it, but everyone's eating grilled cheese.
It's not supposed to rain today. That's why I'm wearing shorts.
One of us disagrees.
I realize it looks like it's gonna rain.
I mean, the weather report has been wrong like every day. It says it's gonna be sunny, so.
We're gonna have faith. We're gonna have faith.
We're what, 2-3 days away from finishing this thing? So I figured that now we kind of know the ins and outs of the Camino, that we'd spend some time, since we have nothing but time, answering some of these questions that have been coming up, and then also some questions that people ask on Instagram about just the Camino and what it's like, and just some of the more technical things. Yeah. So, a question that came up a lot is about accommodation, and if I book it in advance. And right before I ate that grilled cheese is when I booked the accommodation for tonight. And I think that's the fun thing about it being off season, is that there's always choice for us. And we walk all day, and we rest, and we wake up in the morning, we can kind of assess how our bodies feel and how far we want to go. And then we decide where we're going to stay, which I think has been working really well for us.
This is both a lemon and an orange tree in one. That honk in the background is this little truck that's driving around with propane tanks in the back, and I think it's like, well, Tia said, it's Tia's theory that it's an ice cream truck but with propane.
Yeah, they just kind of like boop, 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 and then just go back and forth on this road.
Occasionally stop, and then like an old person comes out with their propane tank.
If it was up to me, I would have chosen a way cuter horn. I think kind of annoying.
Next question, is the Camino safe? Safety is one of those weird things. Everyone has a different perception of what's going to be safe and not. I think to us, you can correct me if I'm wrong, the Camino is very safe.
Oh, it's incredibly safe.
Spain in general
and Portugal
is very safe, and Portugal, and we're in the rural parts of both those countries. Personally, I don't think you have anything to worry about. But
everyone is so nice that we talk to.
Everyone's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, but we say that about everywhere that we go, so just take it all with a grain of salt. Safety means something different to everybody. Everyone always talks about the graffiti in Europe and how ugly it is, and I actually really appreciate graffiti like this. I think that's nice, and I like to look and it's interesting, but then you've got all this crap. Just people writing these dumb, what are they? The names? They're not even names. A lot of the time it's just a word. Just stupid.
This is like the old man rant. These kids getting on my lawn with their graffiti art.
So do you like that one right there?
No, I don't like it. But another excellent question we've had was somebody asked, what's the bathroom situation like on the Camino and how easy is it to find bathrooms? And Cheveyo is peeing in that bush back there. That answers your question, is that it's extremely difficult to find bathrooms, especially in the stretches between cities. So nature has kind of become our bathroom. Yeah, just the way it is. Maybe in the busy season, especially in Portugal along the coast, a lot of those bathrooms are open, but they close it for the season for some reason. So that has been a little bit difficult and a little bit frustrating at times, but what are you gonna do? Just leave no trace. What would you rate the bathroom situation?
It's not very good. 2 out of 10. Honestly, Europe is horrible about that. It's just really bad. But it's not that bad for me. It's worse for you.
That's true.
You can do it! Next question. Any regrets, my love?
Yes and no. I regret, especially moments like this when we're going uphill, how heavy my backpack is. It's like between 20 and 22 pounds because it has all of our work stuff in it. And we're also using the Camino as like for training because we're doing a lot of treks this year.
So they're intentionally heavier than what's recommended for this thing.
Yeah, I think recommended is 10% of your body weight, and that's way over. So I do regret how heavy they are, but I do feel like I am getting stronger. Just moments like this, I'm just...
My biggest regret is not discovering backpack beers earlier. We should have thought of this way earlier. Check this out. We got one of our ponchos on the ground. Beautiful, secluded... Well, it's not that secluded. The highway's right there. So when we know there's not going to be a lot of stuff that day, we go to a supermarket on our way out of town and we get a backpack beer. It's one beer that we split in the middle of the day, and it kind of dulls your senses just enough to make you want to get up and walk again. For real though, look how pretty this is. Pretty nice view.
What resources did you use to plan or are currently using on your journey?
Oh, it's all you.
So to plan each day, there's an app called Camino Ninja, and it's really cool because it has different towns along the way. You can kind of choose how far you want to go, and it'll tell you the elevation, how far it is, like what kind of stops are along the way in terms of like food and accommodation. That's been really helpful just for like route planning, the length that we're gonna go. And then there's a blog online called Stingy Nomads, and they are incredibly detailed to the point where they'll tell you how many miles you'll walk on asphalt or boardwalk or gravel. It's phenomenal. So we've been using that. And then I use Booking pretty much for all of the hotels. And then there's another app called Buen Camino, and that has the more like smaller albergues that are like more family owned. They'll be on there and they'll have a WhatsApp that you can contact them with. So yeah, pretty easy.
Several people have made note of the fact that we've been wearing socks and sandals. I just wanted to clarify that it is indeed possible to wear these sandals without socks. You can do that.
Also, blister count, still 0.
You know what? We're just gonna turn this into the ad for the video. Luna sandals. Absolutely fantastic. We've been wearing them for 4 years all around the world in just about every terrain that you could imagine. Mm-hmm. We got a new pair before embarking on this trip. So far we've put 100 miles on them.
Still going strong.
No blisters, no sprained muscles.
no sprayed ankles, our arches, everything still fine, still feel supported, they feel great. To explain the blister thing, I think it's because there's no like, your feet don't rub against anything and your toes are able to spread out. So we've heard a lot of people walk this and they lose toenails and they get blisters everywhere, and I think because our feet are able to breathe so much, that's why they've been so happy on this trip.
Yeah, also for those ultralight packers, these things weigh less than 7-pound hiking shoes. I mean, our packs are still heavier than most people's, but ignore that.
Everything counts. Every pound counts.
Must be nice.
That's only slightly faster.
Was a boy who was a dreamer, and he flew so high and proud. In a world full of people out, cut his young ass down. No one ever understood a single word he said, and it cast him to the wolves when he wasn't well and fed.
She did say for your knees and your feet. I think the term weary traveler has never been more appropriate for us.
I told Cheveyo that the best and most accurate way I could describe how I felt this morning was rickety chair.
And then she advocated for cheating and taking a taxi.
I did not, you did.
I didn't. I went with it for a moment and I was like, no, we can't. We gotta walk over a mountain. As soon as we leave this hot spring, I'll show you guys the mountain we have to walk over today. Just the whole day is just this one mountain. It's only 9 miles, but it's gonna be raining. It's going to be windy. And it's gonna be over a mountain.
But it's our second to last day, so.
Pilgrimages, they're always supposed to have a little bit of torture in them, right? Oh, look at how red my leg is.
Oh my god.
Dang.
Oh, same.
Oh, yours is too. There it is. In front of you, way back in the distance, there's the mountain that we said we were going to show everybody. It's kind of a hill.
One of us is a little grumpy today.
It's alright, we all have grumpy days. Budget. This was a popular question.
Oh yeah.
What's our budget on the Camino?
So before we set off, we set a daily budget of $100 to include accommodation, food, whatever. And we've been going well under that, which has been really nice.
Yeah, I think it's very doable on the Camino to hit 80 bucks a day. At least in the off season.
Yeah, and that's with us staying in accommodation that has private bathrooms, double beds, and just like in regular hotels, not in hostels.
Yeah, we don't really do the hostel thing. I think we're just too old for it or something. I don't know. We like to have like a private bathroom, or at least our own room.
When a private bed in a hostel, or a bed in a hostel is like 20 euros, and a private room's 40.
Yeah, it's kind of. Yeah, it's kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah.
So anyways, that is about the cost. Anywhere between $40 and $60 a night for a hotel, we've noticed.
Yeah.
And then, geez, you can eat breakfast for 2 people for like $6 here. A coffee and a light sandwich.
Yeah.
And then
Beer's like €1.50. For draft beer. Coffee's like €1.50.
Yeah, we don't often eat lunch, I don't think. Sometimes we'll just get a pastry to go in the morning.
Yeah.
And then at dinner, yeah, you can eat dinner for, it's pretty doable to do it for $20, $25, or you just cook your own dinner for like $10. So yeah, altogether, we've been falling between $80 and $90 a day, I would say, has probably been the average, with some days being much lower and then some days being higher. But it's not super expensive to do the Camino. In the on-season, you might pay more for everything, you know. Accommodation, I'm assuming with how popular this trek is probably a lot higher in the on-season.
But you have a lot more options, at least, with cafes and stuff.
That's true. It may balance out, yeah. My brother-in-law, Cody, he really likes moss. So Cody, this is for you. A whole tree covered in moss. How cool is that, man? Boredom on the Camino. This is a pretty hot and natural question to ask.
I found that I have not been bored at all. I think that we came on the Camino to seek, like, what do you call it? I don't want to be alone. A solitude. We just be with ourselves and our thoughts, and that's exactly what we got. And on the, like, while we're walking, we probably talk like 60 to 70% of the time, and then starts in our heads. And
anyways, it stopped raining, which is really, really nice, because there was a 95% chance of rain all day. So that's pretty nice. Tia got pooped on. Let me show you. Tia got pooped on. Oh no, a bird just took a dump all over Tia.
Right as the rain stopped, so. Is this from the hotel?
Yeah.
Someone asked the average miles we've done a day, and it's kind of been all over the place. I think the lowest is probably, what, 10?
Yeah.
And then the highest that one day was 21 and a half.
Yeah.
Almost 22 miles. So in that range. So, and it's kind of interesting because you'll see on the apps and on the guides, they'll give you a number of how long it's going to be. And we've consistently walked 2
mile
miles
or two over the estimate.
every single day. Like today is supposed to be 9 miles, and we're gonna walk 11 and a half probably, or 12 by the end of it. And I'm not sure if Cheveyo and I are very like meandering when we walk or what, but it's never been exactly what the guides say it's gonna be.
Yeah. This, at least we both have GPS watches, so according to that anyway.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd see the day. The sun.
Oh.
Also, the town we're staying in is right in this little valley here. This was an easy day.
Yeah, honestly,
you know?
I think it's also one of the more beautiful ones with all the river and the green trees and everything. It's beautiful.
We woke up this morning thinking it was going to be horrible, and it wasn't.
So I'm no longer grumpy, if anyone's wondering. In a pretty good mood, despite the bird poop.
Do you want to do one more question?
Yeah, there was a question that was kind of interesting. Someone asked, do we feel more spiritual after doing this? And I think we've touched before that Cheveyo and I aren't religious people. So I guess in that sense, I don't really feel more spiritual, but we came onto this on the trail to kind of clear our heads and have like a clean break and start this year in like a very active, like positive way.
Yeah.
And I think I've definitely achieved that.
Yeah, I'll also say that over the last couple days we have run into a few more pilgrims, and not just the pilgrims but the people that own the businesses and stuff along the Camino. There's a real sense of like camaraderie.
Yeah.
Looking out for each other. A lot of the businesses, they're not overpriced like you see in a lot of touristy or well-traveled areas. A lot of the prices are fair, and just the goodwill that is on the Camino is awesome.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
That's been really
That's been cool.
really good.
We live in a pretty a pretty good world. Seems dark sometimes, but it's not.